Good afternoon. Miserable day out there. Miserable. Rained all day. I'd like to say I've been here all day, but I've been back and forward. I was actually wanting to have a walk today, but I wasn't working as such. So I'm afraid it's been here. What we've been up to? Oh, gee whiz. As you can see at the back of me there, we're into bee and bug hotels at this moment. This one at the back here, the blue and yellow, it's got the bees and flowers and all that on it. It's a special, this one. So it's a work in progress. But it's coming along. I brought it over, but there's everything's glued and stuck together and whatnot, and I'm just about stuck together with it actually, because I do use the super glue as a temporary hold for things, and I've got a puncture on the side of it. It's just about glued together. But anyway, it's just about finished that tube, so but I'm determined to get the last out of it, you know. But yeah, so we're busy working on that. There's a small wooden one at the back of me here. It's about finished too. So, and there's one or two other things I'll get into. But Dolly clothes pegs. That's what I'm busy right now. This is what we're making right now. A blast from the past. These things. These are in the days when we used to hang out sheets and blankets and all these kind of things. Gypsies used to make them, hawk them round the doors many years ago. I remember my mother buying them from them, and my father complaining about it. But my mother, both my mother and father were off travelling people from Southern Ireland way back, and my mother would not refuse them, would always buy. But much to my father's thing at times, he got kind of upset about the whole thing. But there we are. Right. So we're busy putting them together. But when I was looking through, I said, I'll look through. Have I made clothes pegs before? No, I haven't actually. But I remember this style from when my mother used to buy them from. They weren't. Tinkers used to make them too, because they had access to the bits of tin that were used to wrap them. I haven't done that with these ones, but I've done it with copper nails and riveted them. The secret to the clothes pegs, to these type of clothes pegs, by the way, you won't find it on YouTube as such as the hole through it. The hole is a secret to the split in the peg. And once it's riveted, the hole stops it from going the split going any further. And once it's riveted together or wrapped in tin or copper, a little bit of copper sheet. Though I'm a bigger fan of the riveting rather than the tin. I just like it better altogether. I did do one with a plating with a bit of copper plate around it, but it's not the business. But the whole is. But as I say, I was kind of looking through YouTube, which you say, oh, I wonder who's doing this and who's not doing this nowadays, and what are they making and whatnot. And there's an awful lot of people out there making this type of thing. I wouldn't say as good as these, that's for sure. But they're making versions of it. Of course, it's now popular, this woodcraft, these lost skills and things like that, and you're finding more and more videos of these things popping up. People who were, take it something else in another life, but certainly haven't been connected with wood, are now sitting out in bits of woodland on a log, working on trying to make green clothes pegs from willow, and these are hazel. These are hazel, seasoned hazel, by the way, not green. Green is no, to me, is no use in terms of. But then, before the clothes pegs came around, people obviously didn't use them. They hung them over the top of hedges and fences and bushes and things like that to dry clothes. But these were different days. But the pegs came around and whatnot, and now we've got the modern versions which I can. When I'm putting washing out now and again. Can take somebody to take your eye out. I don't. You're supposed to take clothes pegs in. You're supposed to take the washing line down when you're finished doing, take it in. But we tend not to do this. We tend to just leave the line where it is, and in fact, I don't even bother wiping it now. Which is another thing you're supposed to do. But these plastic ones with the springs in now, the sun degrades them, of course, and you'll go to clip them on and. Suddenly they'll fly apart and just sort of take your bloody eye out. So yes, but they're cheap. That's for sure. Like, you know, and you do you still get this type of clothes peg, but they're more and more difficult to find. I'll not tell you what I'm getting for them because. Is it embarrassing? Well, it could be slightly, but I have a wee bit of finishing to do to them as such. There's what I'm going to do with string and all. As I've bored through for it, you can see where the nails, the copper nails have been bored through and riveted. They're about 8 inches long, and but as I say, that's the secret to it is to put the hole through, and then don't try and rive it with a knife. You know, I've watched this on without the hole, they're trying to rive it out, and then they're in with a knife, then trying to pare bits off it. The idea is for the peg is to open up and close naturally. You can't create a gap for it as such. Not when you've got this, not when you're looking for tension on. So to actually open up and take bits out of it, you're going to have to make it spread further. The idea is to hold it together and stop it splitting totally apart, which the hole and the rivets do, and you know you can really give it some jip. That's what holds it together. As I say, I was watching this one chap in particular. Dear. Yes, what can you say about it? I went, oh, well, okay, fair enough. Views, fantastic amount of views. I never checked the likes, mind you. There could have been a few likes or dislikes on it, you never know, like, you know. But it's slightly annoying, just slightly annoying. But so that's what we're on. But what I was going to say was this bug hotel that my granddaughter made. We made these yesterday. Kaylin was visiting on Sunday, and she's now what? Kaylin, what, 12, 13? Maybe 13, not really sure, I need to ask Grace. But anyway, she's been giving me a hand on a Sunday, her and her brother, bang forward. And she's been doing a bit of gardening with me because she can get down round about and sorting things out, planting bulbs up for next year and in pots and things like that for wild onion and various other things. So, which the small studio shed's been turned into a potting shed nowadays, and a whole load of other things and whatnot. But anyway, they were away down to the town to get some bits and pieces, and on their way back, they decided to stop at McDonald's and get a Happy Meal. We got you a cheeseburger, Grandad. I went, oh, yeah, okay. Gee whiz. Do I enjoy it? No, I don't enjoy it. It's bloody terrible, actually, in all honesty. Does it fill a hole? Yes, it fills a hole. That's about all you could say about it, like, you know. Would I queue to get it? No, I certainly wouldn't, like, you know. And it comes with so much paraphernalia nowadays, which I and when I'm walking, I find abandoned here, there, and everywhere. They pop into this drive-through thing, pick up what they need, and away they go. I'm keeping an eye on the time because my timer's, I don't know whether it's working or not. And then they buy what they need, then they run up here, find a wee country bit, somewhere off the road somewhere, park up, eat it all, and then throw it all out the bloody window, like, you know. And you look at it, you're going, oh dear, 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 dear. Do I take it home and I'll put it in the recycling bin, do whatever, and whatnot. But anyway, so we're making up, I'd said to her yesterday, it's a bit of fun, we would make up eco thing. It was basically all rubbish. And so she, I don't know if she enjoyed it or not, she got to use Stanley knives and super glue and scissors and sharp scissors and blowtorch and whatnot and everything like that, because in the bottom, they basically cut the bottom of it's a water bottle, cut the bottom off, heat up a tool and things, oh, time, knock some holes through, whatnot, glue it all together, and we put in a little thing, Bug Hotel, made by Kaelin. It's as good a use as we put a bit of wood in, just to give it a little bit of weight, a cord on, hang it. And so, doesn't cost anything at all, like, you know. How successful it will be in the garden, we don't really know. But it's probably one of the best uses for McDonald's waste, or wrapping and packaging and all the rest of it. So, this is what we did, so that was that. But, time. It's working today, Anyway, we shall pass on that and leave it at that, but there's something else I was going to think about. I'm not really sure when I'm going to do this yet. The chap was at me for to do it. And I had to investigate. It's a story for another day. It's the first time I've been asked to make something like this, but we'll keep that story for another one. Whether I do or not, I'm not really sure. Can I put them off a little bit at this moment? So, yeah, the Happy Meal, you get Scooby-Doo, this is Scooby, and I don't know who this one is. You get toys. Instead of getting bloody decent food, you get toys. So there you are, guys. But did it make me happy? Well, I ate it. But it's not a memorable experience, but there we are. But children all over love it. Absolutely love it. They will buy it, so there you are. Anyway, we'll catch you again. All the best. Cheers.